Hey, this is Mike, and I wanted to do a little video this weekend on what I believe is going to be GameStop's performance over the next 10 years. So you probably don't hear a lot of sort of financial YouTube channels talk about 10-year projections, but I think it's important, and I'm going to explain why. And if you like this sort of content, could you please leave a like on the video? That'll help other people who may be interested in GameStop find this video. And if you want to get breaking news on stocks and stuff, you can go ahead and subscribe, turn on notifications. I do multiple videos every day, breaking news, keeps you on top of what's going on in stocks. So if you follow this channel, you know I am a big proponent of GameStop for a number of reasons, and I intend to be a long-term investor and trader in GameStop. And the main reason why is because the founder of Chewy.com, Ryan Cohen, has taken a stake in GameStop, and Ryan Cohen, for those who don't know, he's the founder of Chewy.com, which is the biggest e-commerce pet food store. And Ryan Cohen has made the determination that he wants to take GameStop and turn it into an Amazon competitor. And I know that sounds very, very far-fetched, and I honestly think he will not be able to really be like a direct competitor to Amazon. But I do think it is quite possible that he could turn GameStop into a mini Amazon. And because of that, I have a very, very optimistic 10-year projection on GameStop. Now, let's just take a look at what Ryan Cohen was able to do with Chewy.com. Ryan Cohen founded the company Chewy.com about 13 years ago in Florida and started it from scratch. And from there, he has built up the company to the point that it is worth close to $30 billion. Here I'll just show, or it's at $27 billion. And this was a company that he's actually founded in 2011. So it started an e-commerce company in 2011, started it from scratch, and is now worth $27 billion. Now, Ryan Cohen became involved in GameStop when it had a market cap of $500 million, and now it's at $867 million. Now, let's look at Amazon's market cap right now. Amazon's market cap is $1.6 trillion as of 2020. Now, let's assume Amazon has a very average return for the next 10 years. Let's say for the next 10 years, Amazon stock only returns 10% a year. So it's kind of like in line with the S&P 500. That would put Amazon's market cap at around $4 trillion by the year 2030. Okay, so let's take $4 trillion in the year 2030. And now, where would we assume GameStop would be 10 years from now if it had a return of 10% a year like Amazon? Well, the company would be worth probably $2 billion. However, I believe that what Ryan Cohen's plan to take GameStop and diversify its offerings and turn it more from a retailer into an e-commerce company, that it's quite possible that Ryan Cohen and GameStop can become just 1% of the size of Amazon. So like I said, in the year 2030, Amazon is going to be worth $4 trillion on the low end. So that would put GameStop's valuation in the year 2030 at $40 billion, which would be more than 40 times what GameStop's market cap is today. Now you take a 10-year projection, 40 times, that's a 4,000% return. And you take 4,000% and you divide it by 10 years, that is a 400% annualized return on GameStop over the next 10 years. And I don't think that's far-fetched. I think it's really, really possible. For the one reason is Amazon sells everything to everybody at the lowest possible price. Now, while that's a very successful business model, there are some opportunities in there. And some of those opportunities for GameStop could be to not only focus on e-commerce for video games, but focus on e-commerce for other specific niche products. Like GameStop, when they become an e-commerce company, they could focus more on high-end clothing or luxury items. One of the problems that Amazon has is they have a lot of third-party sellers on Amazon, and there's a lot of problem with a lot of counterfeit Chinese items being sold on Amazon and defective products. if GameStop simply becomes an e-commerce company that focuses more on quality items that maybe are verified and a little higher end, that's higher margins, that's a weakness that Amazon really can't match. They could definitely, within 10 years from now, with someone like Ryan Cohen, who knows how to build an e-commerce company from scratch into a $26 billion entity, I think it's quite possible that Ryan Cohen in 10 years can turn GameStop or whatever he transforms it into a $40 billion company by the year 2030. And if he does that, that's a $40 billion company, which is more than 40 times what the company's worth now, which is a 400% annualized return over the next 10 years. You would have a hard time finding a stock that could match that. So that is my 10-year projection on GameStop. I think it can be a $40 billion company by the year 2030, which would be a 400% annualized return. I know that sounds crazy, but I think it's definitely quite possible. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe, turn on notifications if you wish. Thanks. Bye.